me about your speaking that you're talking about.
So, as a new speaker, as an evolving speaker, doing it for a while and knowing what you know about speaking, that when you go to conferences, your audience is different, right? You don't know where you're walking in, you don't know who you're going to speak to. It's
Mm.
completely out there. So you can
Random,
have,
random. Mhm.
yeah, you could have decision makers that are going to be there to pay you to bring you in, all the way down to teachers that just want to get ideas and they're walking away with impact. So when you go in to speak at those situations, my mindset is different, and that this has to work. I put that different pressure on myself to speak better, to reach everyone, or however that is. And so I get in my head about that, versus that if you're in a school and you're there for a specific purpose, you know exactly what your audience is, you know why you know the end goal, this is what's going to happen. Um, so it just feels different. So when in that case, knowing that now, when I go in for conferences, you had listened to us speak, and I was holding back because I was so in my head about it being a certain way,
Yeah.
so that it was received well, and the pathways could happen,
Mhm.
rather than just letting go and speaking. And I loved it more when I was at
Yeah, you
school.
end up happier. You're happier.
Mhm.
I mean,
Mhm.
because truthfully, the goal is in the school. The goal is the training. It's the
Yes.
getting into it and doing it, as opposed to the conference where it's showcasing.
Yes.
It's the commercial. You know,
But in the same sense, it should be the same person. It should be the same speaking.
it should be the same speaking. Yes,
Mhm.
same
Mhm.
speaking, same content. It's just when you're in front of other educators, you're there. It's a different flow.
Mhm.
Just like I said, you're holding back. Just go. Go,
Yeah.
you know it. It's that whole concept of you don't memorize it, you internalize it. And when you're in front of other educators and you know your stuff, you have an outline, you follow your procedure, but it's a flow. It's a
Well, and
it's a different
I
flow.
will say this, the feedback from Nashville, when you're at innovative schools, you get it's a big audience for breakout, and it is a whole group of people. And
Mm,
some of the feedback was, certain parts felt rehearsed. And I could see
mm.
where that would come from. But then, just a couple weeks ago in that school, the feedback was just like, "This was so great. I felt connected to you." Da, da, da. And it was a completely different feel. And I know exactly where that was coming from. So
Mm.
it
Yeah,
was good.
yeah,
Revelation.
yeah, yeah. I was just at a school myself. I was at a Thrive Charter School in Hamilton, New Jersey, full day training. And it is a different feel. It's a different, you go in. I mean, there's still the performance aspect. You want to be good, you want to be somewhat entertaining, but you want them to get it. And
Mhm.
you're almost more passionate. You're more open and listening, and it's that teacher flow. When you're a teacher and you get into
Yes.
a great lesson and you get into the flow and you can feel that the
Mhm.
kids are into that flow, and it's just boom. It's like a jet stream. You're just going into it and everybody's in sync. Same thing happens with the adults when you're speaking, and it's totally possible. It's purposeful. Yeah.
Yeah. And I really like when you can almost personalize it towards a school that you're going towards.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
That just
Get all the
that
info up
gives it
front.
more.
Learn
Mhm.
as much as you can about the teachers, the school, the community. Even if if you're going in for instructional strategies, but yet you still ask questions about the community, who they are, what your setup is, that don't necessarily directly connect with instructional strategies, but it still helps you in the process
Right.
of your
Right.
instruction and what you're doing with them. Yeah,
It's all interconnected.
all interconnected.